Good morning and welcome to Presence of Light with Bergeron. I'm going to wait a few minutes. I see we have 6 people arriving, or so this lovely little computer says. However, as we all know, computers sometimes have a way of misrepresenting us, don't they? This morning's talk is about moving forward and upward. And it comes out of the past 10 days, I'm going to say, lost track of time, where I was guided to be a part of and join in to a dowsing and metaphysical convention. And I can't even begin to explain the amazing experiences that I had. It would take me, and you know me, I can talk forever, days. And it's still unfolding. And as I awoke this morning, I had no clue as to how do I weave what's going on in my own life with what's going on in your lives as well. So the message this morning for me was moving forward and upward. And as I say, it's been a profound past 10 days. And that motion of moving forward and upward has been the catalyst for me to see things completely differently than I ever have before. So it's an opening. Moving forward and upward creates an open vortex for us to move into, leaving what we are, what we have been behind us, yet still respecting the journey that we've been on. So, good morning, Helen, Titus, Melissa, Julia, Margaret, Leonie, Lynn, Pia. I started this morning, as I say, I really wasn't sure how this was going to present itself. So, as usual, I pull some cards. And one of my favorite card decks is this one that shows these beautiful galactic and universal energies. And when I pulled this card, the card was entitled My Rich Life. And it was interesting because I've been concerned about money, how much I'm spending at this convention and how much it's costing me. And I didn't, that's our humanness. But when I looked at my rich life, it had nothing to do with money. It had to do with how I'm embracing life. And so many of us are struggling with issues of an economic disability because the cost of everything is out of reach for many of us, or exploding into areas where we are feeling somehow a sense of lack. So this card was perfect. This perfect is my rich life. And the paraphrase to that is, mine is an abundant life, full of variety. So abundance comes to us in many different ways, not just money. And when we narrow our focus down to just seeing it in one aspect, we're actually blocking out the peripheral view of all the other abundance in our lives. So this morning's message is really for all of us to open our vision and look at how many different sources abundance is coming to us. And why is it coming to us? In essence, because we are part of the universe and there are no limitations to the universe. So when we think about becoming one with what we consider the universe around us, we end the separation. The affirmations, it says, so mine is an abundant life full of variety. Source enriches my life in many ways. How you look at source. What is source? For each one of us, we have been given teachings, we have our own personal understandings. The key to source is really just saying, I'm open. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. I'm open. I'm open to you. I am part of you. And the affirmations are, the universe responds to me. There are no limitations or boundaries. All levels of my desire are fulfilled. I need only to adjust my will and to accept the realization of my dreams. I honor the gifts and diversity the universe has supplied me. So these are the things that we tend to not address in our lives. We just think it's all about us and we're creating this mess and it's all about me. Oh, I'm poor me, whatever. And it's impossible to hold that energy without self-destructing. So the next card I pulled was a new deck that I got at the Dowsing Convention called Life Cards by Reverend Susan Collins, who is at the table next to me. I was representing Sacred Evolutionary Dowsing Consortium, Golden Light Dowsing, and Loving Waters. It was an amazing compound of all of the things that I'm involved in. And she's a noted speaker in the dowsing world. And when I left, I said, you know, I saw the deck of cards and I says, somehow I think those cards are calling me. So this is the first pull from this deck. And the card is Wound. The serpent strikes, but does not always have venom. And if you flip the card over, it's Heal. Compassion creates the conditions for health. So one side says wound and heal. Here we are. We're healing. There is no way any of us who have many wounds in many different forms can continue to stay in a place of self-pity and licking our wounds. The energies of the universe right now are supporting us in healing. Healing comes in many different forms, as you all well know. Some of you are physically ill, some of you are emotionally ill, and so on some levels. And illness, what is illness? It's really distress. Well, it doesn't matter what form it's distress. We are out of sync with the universe on some level. That's it. We are out of balance and we are out of sync with the abundance, the greatness that we truly are, the gift of diversity that the universe presents to us. We are denying all that can come to us, and we're setting limitations of boundaries. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter why. The key is that most healing, as the card says, is self-healing. Most healing is self-healing. And it occurs when we focus on and expect healing. So many of us sit and kind of wallow in our situations. But we are now entering a time in the history of humanity where we can stand up and say, no more. No more. I do not deserve this. I am not this. And I expect healing. I expect wholeness. I expect love. I expect compassion. We have this power now. We are being given an opportunity to tap into this greater power where this can occur in an instant or over a slow period of time through our own careful consideration of what does our body really need? What are we doing to our body that is not in its best interest? How can we renegotiate life with ourselves, with our physical beingness? Because we are these divine beings of light. And so the card reads, others may try to wound us, but generally they only have that power if we allow it. If the situation is toxic, make choices to create better outcomes. So I know I'm talking to myself today. This has been my journey through lifetimes. At this dowsing convention, I went to a seminar where we went back, traveled back 16 lifetimes. And you can just imagine this, traveling back in your memory bank, even though it's not conscious, to go say, where did a certain thing, where do I think a certain thing came from my ancestry, my DNA? And we can send it energy and we can send it release. We can send it love. If it's a person, if we were the children of Attila the Hun, we can send Attila the Hun love and forgiveness. Not so much for him, but to release ourselves from that energetic bondage, which plays out in us in our daily life, subconsciously and unconsciously, and creates illness, creates pain and suffering, whatever it is we're experiencing. Right now, if something is happening to you or for you right now, then that is perfect too. Divine timing is perfection. And it's safe to trust whatever's happening for you, because the divine plan has no hold on us other than to offer us that abundance, to offer us the gift of love and peace and light. That's its only purpose. That's what it does every day, whether we're tapping into it or we're aware of it, whether we choose to do something else. It's our sovereign self who makes those choices, or in many cases, it's our human mind self that does that. But as sovereign beings, we can change that thought. We can change those patterns. I did a dowsing and a water ceremony. And I looked out, and I did it on a stage. And I looked out on that from that stage, and I said, this is impossible. How did I get here? Why am I here? What is this all about? Never in my wildest dreams did I expect to even envision this. But there I was, moving forward. There I was, moving upward, knowing that we're all one. There is no separation. And the water blessing we did just Sunday, or no, yes, I'm lost track of days. At the end of the water blessing, which was part of a journey for both I and the person I was doing it with, when we finished the blessing, 2 ducks flew down on the water in front of us. And we heard this sound in the bushes or on the shore across from us. This sound, which I at first thought might be a fisher cat. No fisher cat. It was a real live bobcat. And he was looking right at us, witnessing that he too saw what we came to do. And as we were leaving the area, we had to stop because we heard this sort of growling and grunting, and could see the trees, the small trees shaking. And we didn't know what it was. In our minds now, we didn't get a picture of this. Well, we believe it was bear cubs, or a mother and a cub, bear cub. And we had to stop in our tracks, because to pass this narrow road, we would have been seen or heard, and the mother may have gone into fear and attacked us. And so we stood and waited. And the universe provided 2 trucks to come by down this dirt road, which was padlocked at the end. Padlocked, they had to take the lock and roll down past us at a fairly good clip. And we waved, and it created the energy field for the bears to stop what they were doing, so that we could pass. And so we passed quickly without any incident. This is the universe in action, in our favor. So take these stories and take these messages and know that it doesn't matter who you are or what you're doing. But when you come into an alignment with your purpose and what your heart sings to, magic happens. I like to call it magic. Little kid, I still love magicians. I love to be amazed. And the message is, we now have the opportunity, by moving forward and upward, to create the magic of who we really are and to amaze ourselves. So it's interesting. Today I come back from all of that, and I'm on the air with each of you. And I'm going to look down, scroll down here and see what we've got. Some positive messages. That's amazing. It's all amazing. It's not just me. It's happening for many people. And I invite you to tap into it as well. I'm not any more special than you. We are all part of the creation. The difference is I'm letting go of those wounds. I'm not so much trying to heal them anymore. I'm just seeing they no longer serve any purpose in my life. And I'm moving on. I'm not going to allow limitation to keep me from having my heart singing. My head spins, I'm forgetful, loss of memory, all of that. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because the only place we need to be is right here, right now, doing what fills us with light and love and sharing it with others. The message I've been saying to people all week are several, and you've heard them here before. Do what you can, where you are, with what you have. So it isn't about yearning for what somebody else has. You have exactly what you need. Find it within yourself. And start with little steps. And who knows where it will lead you. But this is, as I just explained, this is what it's led me to. Places that I never thought I would ever be or ever do. And this is the amazing times we're in. This is what the universe offers us. This is what the new moon offers us. The solar eclipse offers us. It's universal timing, universal principles. So I have a book here that I love. It's called A Still Voice. It's a White Eagle book of meditation. I've been reading this book for years, and at times there are books you just pick up and it just puts you back into a place. Other people may not resonate with it at all. But each of you, I'm sure, have one of those books that you treasure. And I ask you to keep it close to you right now. Because that book, whatever it is, that confirms in you who you are and what you're capable of doing, is really a part of your guidance system now. The world outside of us is giving us all kinds of information that's not correct. It's trying to distort our viewpoints. It's trying to suck our energy in one direction or another. Rightly or wrongly is not the message. The message now is to come back into yourself. Come back into yourself. Let go of the thinking process. Drop into your heart and keep it open. The only thing that shuts your heart down is fear. That's the only thing that can shut your heart down. Fear. And in this world, fear has been used as a tool forever to close your heart. When your heart is closed, you become the victim. You become easily manipulated. You become wounded at a level that your mind can't consciously wrap itself around. And it's our safety place. It's a safety mechanism. Close down the heart. Now is the time to keep that heart open. Perhaps you can close your energy field down to protect yourself, or build your energy field up so that you are stronger in your energy field to divert all of this energy, negative energy that's coming at you. This is all about moving forward and upward. We're not going to move it physically out here. Moving forward and upward in our hearts. And there is the glory of who we are. There is the true universe, shining as it always was, as it always will be, in perfection. Tap into that, please. So this book, The Still Voice, I just randomly opened it and I want to read this because it speaks to me of this week of, I was in a crowd of people, and sometimes in crowds of people I can shrink away and feel alone. But I knew my guides and teachers were always with me. Call them angels, call them what you will. They never let me down. And in the moment of the bobcat, I was protecting the other person, and I got her swiftly out of the danger area. And when we approached the bears, she saved me from walking into their energy field. And this is what we do for each other. We offer each other safety, a gift that is so precious in this world today. So the story is the companionship, if I can get this up there, the companionship of the unseen. Do not separate heaven and earth, but strive rather to draw men or women into closer relationship with heaven. Strive for increasing cooperation and interpenetration between the higher worlds and the earth. If you will be steadfast on the path to which your feet have been guided by your older brethren, you will find the treasure of life, a never-ending stream of help and healing and happiness. We, your brothers and guides, and your brothers and sisters, this was written at a time where everything is written in the masculine, so please forgive the writing. If you will be steadfast on the path which your feet have been guided by your older family, you will find the treasure of life, a never-ending stream of help and healing and happiness. We, your family and guides, are on the road by your side. Not one of you stands alone. You have only to ask in simple trust, and you shall receive. Whatever you need, it shall be supplied. Your guide knows your innermost need and will comfort you and lead you into green pastures and beside still waters. When you become depressed and fearful, there is no strength, no health in you. We know that the trials of the body can bring about depression and lowered vitality. But this lowered vitality and depression can be overcome by the spirit of joy and by the light of the spirit, which must be sought. The windows of the soul must be flung wide every day to let in the sunlight of that which we call God's love. When the weaker human self stands on one side, then the divine mind takes over and can control and manipulate matter. Those who do not understand divine law say, a miracle has happened. But miracles start, my brothers and sisters, in your own soul. Allow that to rest. You are the miracle makers. We are the miracle makers. Miracles are a natural effect of being in alignment, being as close to perfection and perfect alignment with all that is. And that's what we're here to do in moving forward and upward. Take a deep breath. Relax. And I will read the rest of this to you. Now, gently and peacefully, feel that you are in the ray of the beautiful, shining star. So still, so peaceful. You are breathing in the light from that still white star at the heart of the sun. Your whole being is filled with light. The star, which is your real Christ self, is shining in your heart, growing brighter with each gentle breath. You become the star. You are all light. Divine light shines in me. Divine life permeates and heals every atom of my being. Take in a slow, deep breath. Exhaling and knowing that you are never alone. That all around us, everything is asking us to show up in our light. With that, I'm complete. I send you my love. I send you my peace. I send you my light, knowing that there is no separation. There never has been. That each one of us are each other, expressing itself in so many beautiful ways if we just get out of the way. I'll read the comments later and respond. I want to thank each one of you for showing up today and gifting my life with your presence. You who have shown up, you who may listen to this later, are held in my heart. It encourages me to move forward and upward. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. I am you. You are me. And we are unity. Glad to be back. Missed you all. Have a great week. Keep shining. Bye-bye.